Greetings and salutations, hello internet. It's I, Rorschach, returning for a Royal Rumble 2024 review. So I've got this trusted news source here in the background. Let's get to the page. Yeah, I can scroll up and down. This is CBS, so you can trust CBS, right? It's trustworthy as the BBC and Wikipedia, all right? No fake news here. So I was just going to go through the list here of the matches. I think there's only 4, actually. 4 matches, and give you my review. Right. First off, before I do that, a little bit of context. Who I am, my history with pro wrestling. I'm a Gen X guy. I started watching wrestling in the 1980s. My favourite wrestlers when I was a kid were Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. They were awesome. They were the men that I wanted to be when I grew up. Look what happened! Look what happened! It all went horribly wrong. Let's pull the music now. Oh, and Magnum TA. I love Magnum TA as well. And also the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. I always had a thing for that guy. I just liked his intensity, I guess. Then I transitioned onto the WWF, as it was at the time. I think the first time that the WWF came to my attention was with Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, you know. But I was all about the NWA back in the day. Always preferred the in-ring stuff. Still prefer the in-ring stuff today rather than the sports entertainment stuff. That's why I watch a lot of AEW. So with WWE, because I don't watch any mainstream television today, I don't follow, you know, the weekly goings on really. So I don't know what the storylines are. I don't know who most of the new wrestlers are. So when I watched the Royal Rumble in 2024, I give maybe I'm bringing a fresh perspective to it, because long time wrestling fan, doesn't follow the TV, just watches the pay-per-views on the app that I've got here, the WWE Network. Is that still going to be a thing? Is the Netflix deal going through? So I just watched the pay-per-views basically. Okay, then before I get into the review, I'll just give you my quick politically correct. No one says politically correct nowadays, do they? Take on the Vince McMahon situation. Vince McMahon, obvious creep. Is anyone surprised? No, not really. We all lived, well, a lot of us didn't actually, did we? People like myself lived through the Attitude Era, the Kiss My Butt Club, or the perving from Jerry the King Lawler. What did they used to call? Puppies. All that kind of gross old man sexist humour stuff. So we're used to this kind of stuff coming from the WWE. Just today, the WWE is very, very corporate, and to be corporate today, you have to be all about equality, right? So if the men get a rumble, the females get a rumble, and that began the show, didn't it? The female Royal Rumble. So yeah, my take on the Vince McMahon situation is that he's a creep. He was always a creep. I guess he should have kept on paying this lady, right? Then she wouldn't have gone to the media, and So the lesson to be learnt here is that if you are a creepy, really, really creepy sex pest, and if you've got NDAs, keep on paying the lady to keep her mouth shut. Anyway, it's all gross. I was never a fan of the Attitude Era sexist stuff. Believe it or not a fan of sexism. Never was. Okay, so the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble. Let's see what this article says. Gives lots of details here. Let's see if it reminds me of a few things here. Natalya and Naomi. Yeah, I knew who Natalya and Naomi are, of course. Natalya seemed to be in pretty good shape. She seemed quite smooth in the match. Let's see if we got anybody else who caught my attention here. Bayley. Not really a fan of Bayley, to be honest. I don't see the appeal. What's the appeal of Bayley? You know, she's okay. I'm going to sound like a big sexist now, aren't I? She's not particularly attractive. Does she do good promos? Has she got a good character? In-ring work is it's okay. I just don't get the appeal of Bayley. Apparently there's some sort of storyline going on with Damage Control, but I'm not watching the weekly television show, so I don't know what that's about, so I couldn't really get involved in the match, really. Let's see if there's any other names here who caught my eye. Liv Morgan, very, very attractive young lady, right? I did notice, and I'll say it because no one else is going to say it, that the females in the female Royal Rumble, apart from R-Truth, were 6s at best, right? They were like gym girls. A lot of them are strong. They look like they're in pretty good shape, but not too attractive, really. And I know that. And as far as I'm concerned, my point of view, I wasn't particularly attracted to any of the ladies apart from Liv Morgan. And when Liv Morgan entered the ring, it wasn't like a noticeable addition of sexiness that was lacking throughout the probably the 26 or 27 other competitors. There was a couple of half decently attractive ladies, but when Liv Morgan entered the ring, it was like, an attractive female who's being sexy. So that was noticeable to me. Sorry, but it was. The guy in charge of WWE at the moment is Triple H, isn't it? And Triple H is more about the masculine type ladies. I mean, he did date Chyna after all, right? And marry Stephanie McMahon. Who are, both of them are kind of masculine looking ladies. And the ladies in the Royal Rumble to me were masculine ladies. There wasn't a lot of feminine sexiness there until Liv Morgan entered the ring, and I perked up a little bit. Unfortunately, my favourite Liv didn't win. Bayley did instead. There was a really good sequence at the end of the match, though, involving Liv. The big lady, the new Chyna from AEW, Cargill, I think her name is. She was quite physically impressive, but not sexy. Some of you guys out there might think that she's really, really sexy, but I don't really want to be dating a girl who's got bigger muscles than me. It's like dating a guy. And I'm not into that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Date whoever you want to. Just you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so Bayley won. There's a grade here of B- for the Rumble. My grade, maybe I would give it a B- if I was into the storylines, right? But because I'm not following the weekly TV show, not into the storylines, then to me it was C, maybe C-. So it wasn't that great. Lots of the females to me. Oh, I've got a bit of a runny nose. A lot of the females, they just come across. It's like watching female football, They're doing their best, but you compare them to the men, and the men are a different level, physically. Stronger, faster, all that kind of stuff. So I just wasn't that impressed. So I wasn't impressed, apart from Liv Morgan and her very revealing. It wasn't revealing. It was a flesh-coloured top, wasn't it? It was very nice. I appreciate that very much indeed. So, let's push things up from a C- to a C because of Liv Morgan. I sounded terribly sexist there, didn't I? But I'm really not. I'm just a guy who likes pretty ladies, and there wasn't a lot of pretty lady action going on in the Rumble. Okay, so the next match. Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, LA Knight, AJ Styles. Right. Again, haven't been following the TV show. I know that LA Knight is a thing. I remember him from TNA back in the day. He's a good promo, great physique. But the fans, as far as I could tell, and the fans are going to be an issue throughout the entire show because it wasn't a very good crowd, was it really? A bit dead. The fans kind of like doing the yeah thing, and that's kind of it, really, as far as I can tell. They like the yeah, but are they really into LA Knight? You're going to have to tell me, the 5 people watching the video, is he normally more over? Because the crowd was noticeably not a good crowd on this show. LA Knight, I didn't think he was going to win. AJ Styles, amazing that he's had the longevity that he's had. He's still in great shape. I didn't think he'd win. Who else there? And Randy Orton, who's bigger than I've ever seen him. He must be the same age as me, 35. No, he's getting up there, isn't he, Randy Orton? So he's in great shape as well. He moved really well in the ring. But I didn't think he'd win either. Just watching the WWE Network, and they keep going on about Roman Reigns, beating records, and his longest champion, since I don't know. You have to correct me in the comments down below. The longest champion reigns since, is it Bob Backlund? I'm probably wrong there, but a long time. Anyway, I didn't think he'd lose to Orton, LA Knight, or AJ Styles. So even a guy who doesn't watch the TV show knows the result of the match beforehand, and yeah, there we go. Reigns defeated Styles. Grade C. Okay, I can understand why they gave it a C, because the crowd wasn't that great, but the crowd was never going to get any better throughout the show. So the crowd wasn't great, and the result of the match was never in doubt. But match was smooth. There were some good spots. At the ending with AJ Styles coming a cropper on the rope, that was pretty good. I'd give it a C+. This match, yeah, C+. Like a AEW TV match. That's quite good, but you know what the result is going to be. And to get to a B, you have to be in doubt, don't you, really, about whether or not the champion is going to retain. But with this, there was never any doubt, so that kind of brought it all down. Even though all the performers in the ring did a really good job, I think. Okay, so the next one, Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. This was a good match. This is a better match, because I didn't know who was going to win. I couldn't pick them, really. Kevin Owens, is he a heel or a face? Because he's always kind of grumpy, isn't he? And I noticed, didn't he knock someone's camera off from the side of the ring? That's not really what a baby face would do, is it, really? Because it's not hurting him, is it, that someone's taking the video footage of the match? So that was a bit petty. But he always comes across, to me anyway, Kevin Owens comes across like an angry man, and he's got that beer gut as well. He's like a white van driver, really, but with athleticism and a good promo, But then again, Logan Paul's a heel as well, so you've got, as far as I could tell, 2 heels having a match. But it's a bit like an AEW match, really, where you've got someone like Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, and you don't know who the heel is, because Danielson is an asshole and Kingston's grumpy. So it was like that, really. So yeah, this match reminds me of a AEW pay-per-view match, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So they gave it a B+. Who won? Paul won, didn't he? Disqualification. Quite a creative ending there. Yeah, B+. I'd agree with that. I'll give it a B+. Let's go back to the Dave Meltzer ratings. Give it stars. I think that's better, isn't it? Yeah. So I give this match a 4-star. A 4-star. Let's go back to the other 2 matches. The Orton match, I give that a 2-star, and the Women's Royal Rumble 1.5 stars. Okay. So the next match. What we got next? That's it, isn't it? It was just 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's the Royal Rumble, isn't it? The actual men's Royal Rumble. Okay. So the Royal Rumble began with Jay and Jimmy. Because I don't follow the weekly show, I don't know who the face is and who the heel is. So that was confusing to me. It looks like they're feuding at the moment. Okay. Not particularly interested in that. Let's go through some of the names here. Andrade El Idolo, yeah, I recognise him from AEW. Hopefully he does a little bit more in AEW in WWE than he did in AEW. He looked good, but he always looks pretty good. Karrion Kross, he looks like a decent athlete. Bobby Lashley still in good shape. Nice to see Carlito. I always like Carlito in his apple. Dirty Dom, he's a fantastic character. He's really good. I love Dirty Dom. Who else was there that impressed me? Gunther. I was a bit disappointed actually not to see Gunther having a singles match. So it's nice that he got some decent time in the Rumble, because he's probably the best in-ring performer that WWE has got is Mr. Gunther. Ludwig Kaiser. Apologies. Ludwig Kaiser, I think he's got potential. I like his little gimmick that he's got going on there. This like this snooty, like, aristocrat type. Ludwig Kaiser, look out for that guy, character-wise, and he was in great shape as well. I think he might do something in the future. Bron Breakker, that's the guy that I want to talk about. He looked awesome. I've seen a couple of his matches from NXT. He looked so fast, so strong, so athletic. Yeah, Bron Breakker, the new Brock Lesnar, ? Yeah, look out for Kaiser and Breakker. I was impressed by then. Omos, I like Omos. He's very athletic for a really big guy, and it was nice to see the manager with him. Oh God, what's the manager's name? He's a really good talker. MVP. No, unfortunately MVP wasn't talking on this show. Drew McIntyre. I enjoy watching McIntyre because he's an absolutely amazing athlete. CM Punk. What do I think of CM Punk? Am I a fan or am I a hater? What can I say about CM Punk? He was gassed, wasn't he? He was knackered in the Rumble, so he's not in good ring shape. He kind of annoys me. He comes across as a bit of a dick. He turned heel, kind of, didn't he, at the end of the match, really, with a quip that he made about not losing to Dusty's son. So I think he'll be a good heel in WWE. Sometimes I find him really annoying when he's trying to be a face. So yeah, if CM Punk's a self-righteous heel in WWE, that's good. But he needs to get in better ring shape. He was absolutely knackered by the end of the Rumble, and obviously Cody won, didn't he? I think obviously not following the storylines. I'm not the right person to ask, but I think that's probably the best decision, because he really should have won the belt last year, and he didn't, did he? Disappointed everyone. Is Cody Rhodes going to win the big one at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns? I hope so. I like Cody. Good story. A good career trajectory story with Cody Rhodes, and it'll be quite a happy scene, wouldn't it, to end WrestleMania with Cody Rhodes finally winning the big one. Yeah, I like Cody. Good in-ring performer, good promo, like a serious guy. He never pops up on Twitter and saying something daft, someone like CM Punk, no doubt will. No, CM Punk does Instagram, I think, doesn't he? Anyway, yeah, I was happy to see Cody Rhodes win, and a grade for the Rumble. It was better than the female Rumble. In ring, I don't know about the storylines. Again, not following the storyline. So yeah, in ring better than the female. So I'll give it 3 stars. That not terrible, but not great. But I think that the crowd are largely to blame for that. A bit very dead crowd. And it was nice to see Hulk Hogan, by the way, at the beginning of the show. People are really going to realise when Hulk Hogan is not around anymore just how much he's meant to the wrestling industry. So it's nice to see him on the show. So yeah, 3 star for the Royal Rumble. The show overall then. Okay, my final thoughts on the Royal Rumble 2024. There was only one really good match. That was the Owens what's the bloke's name again? Logan Paul, the Prime guy. Their match was like a 4-star match. The rest of it was kind of the men's Royal Rumble was just okay. Overall, I'd give the show a C+ rating. It was not great, not terrible, but yeah, when you've got a dead crowd, that can really bring it all down a bit, don't you think? So those are my thoughts on the Royal Rumble 2024. What did you guys think? Remember, I am just a guy who doesn't watch the TV show, so I'm probably missing a lot. What were your highlights? What did you think worked? What do you think didn't work? We got any thoughts about the Vince McMahon situation? And a question for you to end this review. Are WWE going to be on Netflix? Do I have to subscribe to Netflix? There's such a lot of woke dross on Netflix. I don't want to have to subscribe to Netflix. Anyway, I'll end the review here. Thanks for checking us out, and give us a like and a sub if you want. If you don't want, then don't. And cheers. I'll see you all later. Bye.